Hey everybody, Rainmaker with you. Back again, do another bowl game today. We got Bigskyguy on the line. Eric, how you doing?
Doing really well. Nice sunny day up here in Montana.
Yeah, nice sunny day out here in New York too, man. It's great stuff. All right, we're going to discuss this Idaho Potato Bowl. We got Toledo and Utah State going to Boise, Idaho to play on the blue turf. We got a 9-3 Toledo team playing that 10-2 solid Utah State team. What a season they had. You impressed with that team or what, Eric?
Oh, I'm very impressed with them. I've been impressed with them all year. If you want to talk about balance, they are the epitome of balance.
They really are. They do everything good. They're on that 6-game winning streak to end the season. Their first conference title since 1936. It's a pretty long time to not go without a conference title. And coming off that great season last year where they were just a cover machine, they lose 2 games to what? 2 points to Wisconsin in Wisconsin, and that 6-3 game with BYU, and that's it.
Yeah, you're talking a team here that's ranked 15th in the nation in yards against and rushing, 18th in points against. I mean, they're 26 in total yards. And this team is solid on defense with a very cerebral quarterback who does not make mistakes and is very productive.
Yeah, not to mention that they have not given up a touchdown in the first quarter all year.
All year. That's amazing.
That's incredible, man. I mean, that's just incredible. That's so. We're going to touch on 3 plays here. At least I know I'm going to be playing 3 plays. I know Eric's might take 1. I know Eric's taking the first half. I know I'm taking 2 plays in that first half. All right, we're going to discuss why Utah State's going to cover this 6.5 in the first half, and that's the play that we're both on right here. All right, for Utah State to be up a touchdown, going into the locker room with a team like we said who hasn't given up a touchdown in the first quarter all year. What is Toledo going to be able to do early in this game, Eric?
I don't like it to be able to do anything early. I really like the fact Utah State played one of the best offenses in FBS this year in Louisiana Tech. I think everybody can agree how powerful they are. Holding them to 3 at halftime.
Great team.
Now, great team. So, I mean, they definitely come out strong. They scout very well. They're very, very, very aggressive defensive team. I expect them to be in the backfield quite often. And I think that's going to disrupt a lot of things that Toledo likes to do, and that's going to bode well for Toledo not putting points up early before they can make their adjustment.
Yeah, and ironically enough, I'm hearing that Utah State's actually excited to be back in Idaho to make up for that 24-23 loss last year to Ohio. So, this team's actually excited to be back in Idaho.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't it be? They're going to have the home field advantage with the crowd attendance. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, and they're going to be used to the elevation up here, too, because, this is not Ohio. This is Idaho.
Yeah, they're going to be comfortable here. They played there last year. They had a disappointing loss last year. They've used it as motivation this year. This is a very dangerous team that very well could have been playing in the Orange Bowl if it wasn't for just 5 points separating them from the Orange Bowl. We wouldn't even hear about Northern Illinois right now.
Yeah, 5 points. And what did they do that last 6 games of the season? What did they outscore everybody? 269 to 108. They were torching people for the last 6 games of that season, man.
They really were. The defense was doing exactly what the defense does. And the offense against weaker teams produced in the 40s, I believe, in all 6 games. They had a very solid football team. Yeah,
now we're going to get into this total, too. Now, I know we've been discussing this 58.5, but I'm going to be touching on the first half line. With the fact that Utah State hasn't given up a touchdown in that first quarter yet. Now, we're looking at 29. I don't see 29 here. I just don't see 29, Eric. I think this game's going to be 14 to 10 maybe going to the locker room. I just don't see a lot of output early in this game. Toledo's 3-8 towards the under, 8-3 if you towards the under. They've had 8 of the 11 games have gone under. There's nothing really to make me think that this is going to start off really quick.
Yeah, me neither. I can easily see 17-7, 17-6 halftime score here. With Toledo's inability to, they at times struggled in the red zone. Now, they do have a great kicker, but Utah State will give up field goals all day long. And I think you're going to see 1 or 2 of those field goals in the first half of this game.
Yeah, I mean, it may be 14-9. I just don't see 29 points here. I know I'm going to be taking the first half total, but we're both going to be taking Utah State to be up by a touchdown going into the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, it's 6.5. How often do you get a half point working for you in Vegas? I'm going to jump on it. I'm going to jump on it with the fact that of the great first half stats Utah State has, and the fact that Toledo may make their adjustments and they may get their scores. I can see them having a couple of touchdowns, maybe three field goals. That's about all I'm giving them. Somewhere between 21 and 24 point tops.
Yeah, and now you're talking about, we got that senior running back in Williams running that ball for Utah State too. He's going to keep that game controlled. He's got 17 touchdowns. He led the WAC with 1,277 yards, 3 straight 100-yard rushing games, 130 rushing yards per game. I think this kid's going to keep that offense on the field.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, 6.5 yards to carry. Even if Mott, who's a heck of a linebacker over there in Toledo, he's going to be very busy. He could have upwards of 15, 16 tackles this game. But, I mean, you're talking, even if you cut that average a little bit, you're still talking about 4.5 a carry. Utah State will run the ball at 4.5 yards per click all day long on you. That bodes really well for keeping Toledo on the field.
Yeah, it does. And we know we like Chucky. This kid's a 13th rated passer in FBS. He's got a 66.7% ratio. He's completing 2 out of every 3 passes the kid throws the ball around. He's got 3,000 yards passing, 27-9 ratio. This kid knows what he's doing. Even though, he's not the biggest guy in the world, but actually when you look at him, he's not the smallest guy in the world either for that 6'2", 200.
Yeah, he's solid. Real low body fat, and that'll test it. And let's, also mention he's averaging 4.5 yards per carry too, so Toledo's going to have their hands full.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're going to come out of the gate really playing ball, really excited to be back in Idaho. What is Matt Austin, Jacobs, and Bartlett going to do? I think Chucky's going to get them the ball all day. Toledo's going to have definitely struggles. I'm taking Utah State's team total to over 34, Eric. I think Utah State's going to find a way to put 35 points on the board somehow.
Oh, I couldn't agree more, really. I mean, we're talking about a defense here that's given up 120 out of 127 in the FBS against the pass. And the way that Chuck distributed that ball around, that's gonna hurt Toledo quite a bit.
He's got weapons all over the place, and then you want to throw in Williams out of the backfield too. I don't see how Toledo, even though they hit unders, are still. We might want to play this 58.5. We were talking about what to do here because it's. You like that under in that hole for the game total, and I like the first half under. What should we do here?
I think we should bang them both. I really do. I think being the fact the first half under is going to be under enough. I don't really see Toledo's adjustments coming out in the second half making too much of a difference. Too dominant on one side of the ball for Utah State, and just too balanced of a team for Toledo to hang with too much. Yeah,
and we saw even last year when Ohio played Utah State, that game was only 24-23, and that's about an 11-point cushion. Now they need to go over 60 to hit this total. We don't see 60. I know I don't. It doesn't sound like you do. Even though Utah State, I am going to take the team total because I do think that they'll get their 35 to 38 points, but I don't think Toledo's going to get 17 points in this game. At 38-17 is 55. We're under. Like you said, I think we're going to see maybe 17-6 halftime. Looking at 23, that's a good touchdown shy of the first half total. I think Utah State's going to have the lead going in the locker room, and I think Utah State's going to find a way to put their 34 points on the board when it's all said and done.
Yeah, I really do. And with Utah State, I firmly believe it's going to have a lead at halftime there. Obviously, I'm betting on it. If they stretch that out a little bit, you know what they're going to do. They're going to be pounding the football. And that's just going to eat up clock, and that's what you want to see on an under.
Yeah, especially when that second half starts and Utah State gets the ball and they have a little bit of lead. They're not just going to go throwing the ball around. They're going to try and chew off that clock, keep that lead as long as they can, and not give Toledo the ball back.
Yeah, they're an old school football team, and they're coached that way.
They are.
That's exactly how I believe they're going to play. Toledo, like I said, I can see them making their adjustments and maybe getting a big player or two, maybe. But, I don't see Toledo being as productive as they've been all year. They haven't seen a defense like this all year. The last time they really seen a decent defense was Cincinnati. They ended up kicking 5 field goals in that game, once again stalling out. I think they could be in a lot of trouble here.
I agree. All right, so what we're going to do here, Eric and I are both going to take this first half, Utah State 6.5. I'm going to take the team total over 34 for Utah State and the first half under 29. And I think we're all set here. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, not really. It's going to be an under type of day, I believe. And, with 16 under sitting on the two-team schedule this year, the trend is definitely trending our way. So I'm going to take that 6.5 and use that half-point advantage, and I'm going to take that 58.5 for the trend. I really like it. Excellent.
All right, I think our job is done here. Like I said, even though it's on the blue turf, and there used to be a ton of points here back in the day, this isn't the same Idaho anymore, and it certainly isn't with the old Boise State stuff. So, all right, we're gonna take Eric's gonna take the game under. I'm gonna take the first half under. We're both gonna take the 6.5 for Utah State, and I'm gonna take that team total on the 34 over for Utah State. Thanks for joining us, Eric. Thanks for coming with me. It's great to have you with me. Let's try and get these people paid, huh?
Hey, man, that's what we try to do. Let's get her done.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining us.